Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Beulahland Farms. We're still in November, and we've got some harvesting done between episodes, but I've ran into a problem. So, this little corn crib silo here is full. It is 40,000 liters. It's actually already made some dry corn, so that's pretty good. I have a little bit left in the cart over here, and then also have half a field still left to harvest. So we're going to go ahead and throw down another one of these drying silos. They're not very expensive, so we're going to do that. I thought about putting it just right here. I could probably take that tree out and put it in, but I think what I'm going to do, actually, you know what, that's actually not a bad idea, but I hate to cut down that tree. Let's look at something here real quick. We may be able to put it right there. If not, we're going to put it over the side of the road. So let's zoom in here and go through it together. So it is this here, and let's see, that's the front, so we want it facing out this way. Yeah, if we put it right here, it's going to block our driveway that's right here. If we put it right here beside the tree, kind of makes things a little tight getting in and out. I don't really like that. I don't like that. Yeah, let's put it over here beside this tree line. Definitely not the best location for it, but it will do for now, and we can always move it. We can always move it later. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this put in, and then we'll run out to the combine. I'm sure it's getting full. Again, this isn't very realistic. We wouldn't be putting corn kernels into this, but it works, so I'm going to go with it. Off to the field we go. Yeah, I'm definitely running out of space over there at the other property. I planted too many trees. I may end up having to take some out. I don't know. Yeah, look at that. It is full. Occasionally, you may see me adjust the time. I may have it down to 0.5 when I start the episode or something. I normally try to get it back right, and I'm not trying to hide anything. It's just sometimes in preparation to get ready to record, or maybe kind of looking around trying to figure out, you know, how I want to go with something. So I may adjust the time and just forget to move it back. So it's not like I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff between episodes and slow the time down. We're still running at 5x, so hope you don't think that if you do see me adjust the time from time to time. A lot of time. Wow, I could keep going with that. Whew, stopping with the time. Oh, we just stopped time. Oh my goodness, folks. Oh goodness. Anyhow, I may adjust the clock speed, and that is why. Alright, combine's empty. That's about time. Oh, did it again. I did that one on purpose. Oh goodness, how many more rows do we have here? Let's see. Probably 6 or 7 or so, I would imagine. So I did most of this field off camera, just trying to move things along. And the other thing I'm worried about, we're fixing to tick over to another hour here, and we do have rain coming. And I'm a little bit worried that we're going to run into some rain. Let's look over here at the thing. Okay, well, it's not till later on, so I think we'll be okay. That's good news. I did, while I was working on this field, I also sold, I think it was 2 pallets of the wood beams. Went ahead and got those sold. So made a little bit of cash, got us up to 18,000. Alright, there we go. We're rolling back toward the other end. While we're doing that too, I have not checked the used vehicle section in a while. This, ooh, that Summers disc would be neat, but I don't have the horsepower. Yeah, I don't have the horsepower. Ugh. No will. No will. Not yet, anyway. We don't have it yet. So a mod that just come out recently, it is a crawfish production mod. Now I don't know how many crawfish are grown in this area of the country, in the Carolinas, but I do know that they're grown down in Louisiana and areas of southeast Texas and areas like that. So I don't know, I kind of want to throw that mod on this playthrough just to try it. I may do that. I don't know, again, if they grow them in the Carolinas, but I think this map is fitting for it. As we've mentioned before, or maybe it was in a comment, can't remember, in one of the, or a comment to one of the videos, but may have mentioned that this map just, it has a feel of different areas. You know, it reminds me of areas down here in Florida. You know, I've been up through Georgia and South Carolina, North Carolina areas. It looks like that too, over on the coastal part of those states. So it has that feel. I could very well see this map being a Louisiana map as well. So it has a lot, well, the map just looks like a lot of different places. So I'm going to go with the crawfish production and just, I think it fits this map. So I think we will probably go ahead and add that in at some point. I believe that you have to put it in a rice field, so we'll have to check into that. But the interesting part of that, tell you a little real life story. Just went over to Texas for a week on vacation, and on the drive over, we saw a bunch of rice fields there in Louisiana along Interstate 10. Well, got to seeing these like little buoy floats things, pot markers, in the rice field, and a lot of them was in a row, and I was kind of got to wondering what that was. Well, as we progressed along the interstate, saw more and more of them, and then finally we saw crawfish harvesting boats. So then it clicked that it looks like the farmers there are dual purposing their rice fields and growing crawfish as well, which is very interesting because I saw that firsthand. I'd never seen that before. And then that mod released, and in the description it talks about growing crawfish in your rice field. So that was just pretty neat for me to kind of put real life activities or a scenario to a mod that's available to us in game. And so that was just neat. I think I want to use that and just try it out just because I just saw it. So it's just kind of neat for me. So a little diversion from Farm Sim there, but a little real life story to kind of tell you where I'm leaning, where I'm going, and why I'm interested in that mod. And funny thing is, let's get this emptied out here real quick. We're almost full, so we'll go ahead and empty this. And while we're doing that, I want to show you. Oh, let's see, move up just a bit more. There we go. Over there, that field right over the, oh, let's see. This field right here is actually already a rice field built. And if we look at the map, that is field 48 right here, $160,000. That could be where we put the crawfish. I don't know. We'll have to see. Drove into the guy's field. Alright, I'm going to let this helper go there. And then we're going to go ahead and hop back into the case. And we're going to head back over real quick and empty this out. So one field turned into two, thanks to some of the inventory we had available to sell. We still do have some of the firewood pallets to sell. Not very many. It's not going to be a whole lot of money, but we still have that once the price comes up a bit more, or we end up selling it at a bit of a discount at some point. I don't know, but it's there and available, so we'll be able to get that going. And we're steady making boards. Still have quite a bit of lumber or timber in the sawmill production, so I have not really had to do anything with that in a while, other than just taking the pallets off. And I have been just driving over this grass. I have not painted any textures in. I do want to do that at some point, but I was trying to wait until our property here maybe got a little bit more organized and defined, and then maybe we'll throw in some gravel or dirt paths where I've been driving. But sometimes when I play, especially like on a playthrough like this where things are changing, you know, I kind of like to let the painting or the textures develop. So, for instance, I'll give you a for instance here. We've been driving on this now for a while, so something I may do is just go in, where is it? Oh, it's down here, and do something like this. We'll throw in, let's just find the dirt texture. There we go. I don't know, maybe that one. And then what I do is go in, and this is just for me to keep things kind of I don't know, add a little realism. You know, now that we've been driving on this grass a little bit, maybe just throw in a little bit of wear there, and then, you know, just maybe just a little bit, not a lot. Just kind of throw in where maybe some of this grass is dying. You know, something like this. Maybe that's it for now. Maybe, you know what, let's see. Maybe we come over here and do something like this. You know, we've been driving over here a lot, so maybe we throw in some dirt. And that's just what I kind of like to do, just to add a little level of realism. You know, as you drive over grass or dirt areas like this in real life, it does take time to wear it, so I kind of like to do that, just let it develop over time. Let me know in the comments below if maybe you do something similar, or how do you do it? Do you just paint it all up from the beginning, or do you progress it something like I do as well? I know everybody has their own style, so it's kind of neat for me to see what other people do. I think that's kind of the appeal of YouTube and watching other people play the game, because you do get to see how other people do things, and maybe their style Not necessarily that you want to copy that, but maybe it, oh, hey, I didn't think of doing it that way. That's kind of neat, maybe that opportunity will present itself. So that is one thing I do like about watching other content creators on YouTube is you just get to see how they do things. Everybody has their own experiences, their own way of doing things. So it's kind of neat to see that. All right, so it looks like we are on our final pass here. We'll get this combine emptied out and find out what our grand total is on our corn. And of course, he shut off. All right, so we have the corn in our corn silo, corn dryer, corn crib, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't very much on this load, but if we go over here to our production menu, we see the one is full, basically full, and then the other one's about half full. So we have 21 there, 40 in the other. So we ended up with about 60,000, just over 60,000 liters of corn, which is not a ton, but it's more than we had. So that's pretty good. The only thing I don't like about these two particular, or this particular mod, the corn crib mod, is if we go over to our stock check, you see we do have the dry corn showing up, but the corn that we put in there is not. So it doesn't show it, doesn't really matter because we're not going to sell it that way. We're going to sell the dry corn anyhow. So the value of that is actually starting to come up. So that's really good. So we've got that in there. We do have some firewood still left to sell. Wood beams still producing those. Of course, we're starting to make some more chips here. That mod didn't make a ton of chips, so that's not going to be a huge income stream, but it's a little bit here and there. But what I want to show you real quick before we end this episode, not a lot on this episode. This kind of filler episode. We're probably going to release this one as a bonus episode or something during the week. I just wanted to show you the finishing of the harvesting of that field and where we kind of ended up with our corn amount. But what we want to look at is the two fields we have, 43 and 49. Of course, they do need to be plowed as we had corn planted in them. So we need to do some plowing, but the good news is that they don't need lime. So I don't have to worry about getting a lime spreader or lime or anything to put it out with right now. So we can focus on getting these fields plowed and get prepared to replant in the spring. Of course, we're already in November, so nothing we can really plant at this point. So no rush on any of that. I think what we're going to end up doing is maybe looking for a few contracts here and there to do. I don't know. I'm just not a huge contract person. I like to earn the money myself, but also need to have work to do. So we'll look at what we have going on. If we let's turn the tractor off there, I'll hop out. If we look at our property, so we do have we really can't get to any of those trees without damaging the little trees. And the same thing over there. We have some trees left over there we could have harvested, but I kind of blocked myself in with all these little ones. So it wouldn't be prudent to drive out there with equipment and damage them. Maybe, I don't know. I really didn't want to take these out around the house, but maybe we do trim up a few of these. Maybe this one here, this one, and this one, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it does for us at this point. It'd have been nice for it to be gone already, and I could have moved that silo back, but maybe we'll leave them for now. So that is the end of our harvesting. We are done 2 fields. I actually did not plan on getting 2 fields this soon, but this particular lumber mod has actually saved us. It really has. So we've been making good money, and so we've had a lot of cash to be able to use. So yeah, we've got 2 fields kind of ahead of schedule. I'm playing on easy. I don't normally play on easy, so trying to see this out in my head. Uh, yeah, I did not see me having 2 fields at this point, so that's a good thing. A good thing. So yeah, we need to work on getting some more equipment. We need a plow. We're going to need a seeder or planter for next year. Yeah, a lot of stuff we need to do. So I'm going to keep plugging along here, do a little bit more work, and then we'll bring you back for the next episode and see where we're at. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to click that thumbs up button. If you're new to my channel or hadn't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button today. I'd appreciate it. I hope each of you have a blessed day. Thanks so much for watching.